Welcome to BarrelCounter.com with Colin Ward, now with vastly improved production quality. So, we went into the weekend with Brent just below $65, and early Asian trading shows we're up almost half a buck. What happened? OPEC announced their release of 137,000 barrels for December, as expected, but indicated they would pause increases for January, February, and March. Some outlets are stating that this is in response to mounting supplies of a supply glut, but the immediate seasonality argument seems more likely when you have the ability to just adjust on the fly as they have been doing. Better to taper off now instead of having to reverse into a cut. With the price hovering at a tolerable level and all the members pumping more, it was time to take a breather. So, does this mean that we have to wait for spring to get any more OPEC action? Absolutely not. As any restaurant manager will tell you, off-season is when you do renovations, and there is a lot to do. Prior non-compliance needs to be worked off with compensation cuts, negotiations over capacity additions need to be had, and the very difficult conversation around shrinking production from some members could lead to a mass rebase, possibly sooner than later. On top of this, we have the geopolitical angle. We need spare capacity in case there are disruptions, but the flip side of this is that extra supply makes room for disruptions. Increased sanctions on Russia are possibly having the desired effect. In a 60 Minutes interview yesterday, Trump agreed with the statement that Maduro's days are numbered, and now the US is giving Nigeria the hard stare because of Boko Haram. More concerning, however, is the Iranian president pledging to rebuild their entirely peaceful civilian nuclear program. I'm sure there will be an interesting response to that one. This all kind of reminds me of my time in Louisiana. Every year at the state penitentiary, they'd hold a rodeo with the inmates, and my favorite event was called convict poker. 4 inmates would sit around a card table in the ring, and they'd release a bull. Last man still seated wins. On the one hand, you're concerned for your friend getting gored, but on the other, there's prize money to be won. In a poetic twist, the next rodeo is in April, and by then we should see who walked away with a purse. Alright, see you tomorrow.